It's another little cheeky 330ml can of beer from Sainsbury's. This is a Salt Crash American Pale Ale, £1.80. But is it any good? Let's check out the review to find out. Welcome back to Rocker's Beer Review. Now, as we record this video, we've been doing videos since the beginning of June, and we have now hit 100 subscribers. So I want to thank each and every one of you subscribers out there for subscribing to the channel. I'm glad there's at least some people that like my sort of inner ramblings about beer and about some rock stuff as well. Obviously, I'm on a journey. We're up to 100. It'd be great if we can get to 1,000 as the next level. But let's get to 200 first. But really appreciate every one of you that have liked, spent time watching this video. I know that YouTube, there is millions of videos out there. And there's lots of other beer reviewers. So I really appreciate the fact that you've taken the time to watch and listen to me talking about beer. To be honest, I've enjoyed it a load because I've drank so much great beer in this time. I've drank a few not so great beers, but mainly great beers. And so today we're drinking this one. This is another one from the new range in Tesco. It's a Salt. So we know Salt, you can tell by the can, you know, has this sort of honeycomb, sort of hexagon. No, it's not. I don't even think it's 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's hexagon shaped. This one's blue. This is a Crash American Pale Ale. It just says fruit, 5% pine. So it's obviously a pale ale. I expect it's going to be similar to some of the sort of West Coast American pale ale. I suppose going into it, obviously I haven't tasted this before, but you may have seen the review of the Leeds celebration entering the Premiership beer. That was a Californian pale ale. For some reason, I'm thinking this is going to be similar to that. But let's get this beer out of the can and into a glass. So 5%. This is a £1.80 can of beer, but you can buy 4 of them, and you'll get it for £1.50 because it's 4 for £6. So beer in a glass. We've got a nice yellowy, hazy, typical of a pale ale. We've got 2 and a bit finger heads. Pretty damn nice and yellow and hazy. It looks the part. Let's see what it smells like. Certainly fruity. Let me try and I'm going to review to look at the can, but I'm trying to sort of get some. I'm getting apricot and peaches, actually. Stone fruits. Not really what you would necessarily think of a pale ale to have those sort of stone fruit sort of smells, but I'm getting more of those sort of peachy apricot sort of smells. There's a hint of pineapple in there, hint of mango. You know, there's tropical flavours in there. And there's also an underlying sort of lemony sort of aroma as well. But let's see what it tastes like, shall we? Cheers, everyone. It's a different taste than I expected. First off, the mouthfeel is quite soft, which is great. We love soft mouthfeels in our beers. There's a flavour there that I've not really experienced before. It almost has that sort of it's got a bit of a flowery sort of flavour to it, but there's fruit. But it's almost like that's it, fruit. It tastes fruity, but it's really difficult to pick out the sort of fruit that you can taste there. I'm struggling a little bit because it has that fruit flavour. You know, that sort of citrus. Bit of orange. It's got so many fruits in it, that sort of what I would call an umbungo sort of flavour, in terms of it's just literally hundreds of fruits thrown in and mixed up. And so you know it tastes like fruit, but you can't pick out pineapple, or you can't really pick out grapefruit or mango or passion fruit. I would say probably passion fruit is the bigger flavours of it. Let's have a quick look at the can and see what it says. Salt is a microbrewery, blah, 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 blah. That just says about them. The beer itself, it's got barley, wheat. No oats in it, which is quite surprising because it's got a really soft mouthfeel that you would probably associate with oats. Doesn't tell us what sort of hops it's got in it. Interesting. Just says tropical aromas and balanced bitterness. It's a fruity beer. I can't really tell much more than that. There's no fruit that jumps out. But what I'm amazed at is that it doesn't have oats in it, and yet it's got a really soft, nice mouthfeel to it. And sometimes any sort of inadequacies, I suppose you can say, in the beer, it can be hugely counteracted by a nice mouthfeel. I mean, look at it. It looks beautiful in a glass. You've got, I mean, the way that head moves, it's definitely not got oats in it, which, you know, it's obviously some sort of salt witchcraft to make it have a body like that. I mean, look at that. That, to me, if you'd given that to me and said, look at that, and you'd say, do you think it's got oats in that? I'd say, oh, absolutely, because there's that haze to it, there's that nice fluffy head, it laces the glass. You can see the weight, just by giving me that shape there, you can see that there's a good body about that. You know, there's a sort of, you know, it's medium to a thick sort of body. It's a nice fruity pale ale, and it's quite nice. It's just a difficult one to describe. I mean, if you're out there and you see these in the supermarket and you think, oh, you know, it looks quite pretty, nice blue honeycomb, yeah, 5%, American pale ale, I wonder what that's like. And you buy one of them for £1.80, you'd probably go, oh, that's a fruity little number. And that's exactly what it is. It's a fruity little number. Very nice. There's a little bit of bitterness, slight bitterness on the back end, but it's so slight, so subtle. This, to me, is your typical good quality supermarket beer, in that there's not like, you can't say, oh, I think that's got X amount, these sort of hops in it. It's difficult to judge what hops are in it. It's difficult to really sort of grab onto what the fruit is. But the mouthfeel is perfect, really is perfect. I've said enough, I've waffled on. Let's get some scores, shall we? Okay, the scores are in for Salt Crash American Pale Ale, coming in at 5% in a 330ml can. We know it's fruit, we know it's a pale ale. We don't know much else. We don't know what hops it is. We don't know. We find it difficult to actually say what fruit is. But first things first is aroma. Fruity. But it's difficult to really sort of say what sort of fruit. So I'm giving it a 12 out of 20. Appearance, though, looks beautiful. Yellowy, hazy. It's got a beautiful sort of... The head is nice. You can see that lacing of the glass. Looks pretty damn good in the glass. I'm giving it a 9 out of 10. Flavour-wise, fantastic mouthfeel. Quite soft. Low levels of carbonation, but it just tastes like fruity. It's really difficult to pick out individual fruits within there. So I'm giving it a 32 out of 40. Value for money, well, when you buy 4 of these for £1.50 each, it's pretty damn good value for money. It's got a fantastic body and mouthfeel to this beer. And I think if you're going to your supermarket and looking at this, I'm trying to remember which one is, Tesco supermarket, and you see this, you think that's good, that is. And I think it's great value for money, 9 out of 10. Overall experience, it's really pleasant. It's got a lovely, I've said it before, I've said it again, great mouthfeel. It's a fruity little number without anything jumping out that really sort of makes it a great beer. It's a really good beer without being a great beer. And I think people that, maybe new to craft beer, you know, will try this and go, oh, that's a bit different. Ooh, I quite like that. Oh, oh. And that may open them up to other beers going, oh, I wonder what New England IPA is. I wonder what a session IPA is. And I wonder what a sour IPA or, you know, it will open their minds to drinking your traditional bitters or lagers. And I think that's to be commended. So I'm going to 13 out of 20 because I drink more than one and I would recommend it. So 13 out of 20. We tighten those scores up. We're getting a 75. It's a bang in the middle. White Snake beer. So I'm going to slide it down slow and easy because this is what this beer needs. Until the next video, keep on rocking.